All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing a review on the 2007 Yamaha R6. Now, I've had lots of motorcycles, and this motorcycle is my favorite. Just amazing. And just the body style of the motorcycle. You've got the air ram right here where it compresses the air through the front. There's nothing like a Yamaha R6. So let's get on and let's move this out of the way so I can show you what everything does, and then we're going to do a first-person ride review. And by the way, I found this cordless S2 Escort Solo radar detector, and it's really good. I put rechargeable batteries in there. They last like about half a month, and I just charge them up again. So it's a very good radar detector. I'm going to be showing how this radar detector works over on this one road. So we're going to take this on the roads and then some high-speed curvy roads. So you got the throttle here, the kill switch here, the starter. You have the shift indicator here, this button right here, this light will go on when you want to shift. You could program it to 16,000 RPMs, 1412, whatnot. I believe we got it programmed at 16,000. You have two buttons here that help you set the clock, and there's no gas gauge, so you just reset. Every time you gas up, you reset the odometer like most bikes. You have the clutch lever here, front brake here, and take a look at this piece of art. Just amazing. So let's get on it. And one of the first things you notice when you get on it, I'm 6 feet tall, and it's the stock, suspension. It's kind of a tall bike. I'm flat-footed on this, but if someone's a shorter rider, you're probably going to have some problems. The riding position, it's very aggressive. I'm like totally leaned forward here. I've been riding this for a long time. Let's turn this on. Gonna flip the key. We have a low fuel light there. We have a coolant light, oil pressure. You have the speedometer here and the tachometer in the middle. So I'm going to give you a review on this, on how it feels. Just very light. That's the very first thing that I noticed. And when you have something very light with power, it's amazing. So you put the clutch in. The stock configuration is 1 down, and then you have 6 gears. So it's 1 down, and then a slight kick up from first, watch, is neutral. See the light right there? Let me point to it right here. Is neutral. Now, we got really just nothing to write home about, nothing impressive power, but when it hits that 7,000 RPM, which I'm going to show you, it really comes to life. So watch, we're in first. Watch what happens. Now, here we go. So, an unusual thing about the motorcycle, the R6, that I love is when you're around town, it's, sipping on gasoline. Notice we're in 3rd gear. It says about 50 miles per hour, and we're at 8,000 RPM. And now, notice a little twist of the throttle. It really comes into its own. Now, the guy I bought the motorcycle from added this gear shift indicator here, which I like that, so you can see what gear we're in. We're in 3rd. So we're almost 3rd, I should say. We're almost, I said thirst, because I'm thirsting for speed. I just really can't wait till we get out on on the road, and here we are. So this is our road that we're going to really pick up some good speed, and I could show you the R6. So now, as you I'm in third gear. I'm taking, wait, let's see if we can catch this here. Taking my hand off the throttle. You could really wind out the gears here. I'm in second. The lean angle is just, look at this. It's really just insane. You have very high pegs here. Now here's our mountain road that we're going to go through, and if you guys are motorcycle riders, I'm going to put a video below here about this radar detector. It's hard to find wireless radar detectors that are good. This one's laser and radar, X-band, K-band, KA-band, a bunch of bands. So now I'm going to show you the acceleration. So watch. So we're going to watch normal in first. I'm not really going to take off just yet because I want to show you. This is like normal riding second. Now watch what happens. It's hitting that 7,000 RPM. See how now it starts to really get in that higher range. We're in third. Let's give it a little bit of throttle. So the motor, we're at 10,000 RPMs, 11,000. The motor, when you get it above 8,000 RPMs, it's absolutely insane. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh wait, I got to adjust the camera. Good thing I remembered, otherwise you just see right down below here because I'm leaning forward so much. Okay, third, second, here we go. Now I'm cornering. This thing is like a razor. Okay, so we have a 50 mile per hour speed limit. We're already there. But watch on the cornering here. We're in fourth gear. Just effortless. Just like an effortless lean. And you really can feel the road, like it just feels absolutely planted. I mean, you can tell this has been bred from the track, from being a race bike through and through. Now, if you take this thing up to the twisties, nobody will be able to lay a hand on you. No one will be able to keep up with you in the twisties. It's like, you know how some bikes you really have to counter steer? Counter steer is where I pull back on the right and it leans it. This bike, it's more like slight counter steering, if at all, and then leaning it. Just a slight counter steer and then leaning it. So now let's go up to 6. So just to kind of show you, very comfortable riding position. This is when you are thankful to God that you're leaned forward. If you can see the shadow, notice you're very much leaned forward. Very, very lean forward. And why do you like that? Because the wind just goes over you. We don't have a massive windscreen, but the wind is literally just going right over me. Another thing about the brakes, I've had some close calls on this motorcycle. Hold on a second. Just the microphone here. Look below this video for some close calls that I've had that I captured on the GoPro. And one of the close calls, I'm lane splitting, which is legal in California. Now watch this. Watch, effortless. High speed corner. What are we going, like 80? And I'm lane splitting, and this guy to my right just cuts over in my lane, and I was able to carve out an escape path like a knife to paper. This just really is a very maneuverable bike. Now we'll show you some acceleration. We have the sun at our back. We're gonna cut down the middle here. There's always police up and down this street here. But right when I said that, radar detector, they send in waves going to the right and then going this way. So I want you to watch that 7,000 RPMs when it hits it, and I'll show you something. What I like about it is to get across the intersection in first, it's good because you could really wind it out. All right, watch. So we're in first. All right, so now we're in second. Let's get on the acceleration here. It's very windy right here in this area. And this is just like casually riding it. You know, I don't have it pinned or anything like that. And what gear are we in? Well, that was fourth. So now we're in fifth. Let's get over here. Now, one of the things that I absolutely love too is the seat's very comfortable. It's a very comfortable seat. This is the stock seat that it comes with. The tank, what I like about it is you have these indentations, sort of like the tank goes up and then goes like this. So when you are holding on to the gas tank, it really helps you to grip it. You can actually, look, see how I'm moving it back and forth? You can actually move just by gripping that tank. Now, I've ridden this far distances, and I don't know why some people say it's uncomfortable on long distances. I don't feel that. I don't know what they're saying. Maybe if you're on the streets on stop and go traffic, you might want to get more of a sitting up straight bike. But this bike is very comfortable. And here we go with the corner to our left. Now watch this. Just slight corner, but it's a high-speed corner. Notice just a lean. That's one thing when you first get on it, you're not really going to be doing a lot of counter steering on it unless you really hit a high-speed corner that maybe is very sharp. The brakes are also excellent. You know, they're not making this motorcycle anymore. So if you could pick one up, you really should pick one up. They're just like a blast. Absolute blast to ride. So let's kind of accelerate through here. Watch this. What else can I tell you? You don't get a lot of wind. As I mentioned, it's windy through here. Like you could feel it hitting my legs and the bike. Got some bugs hitting us here. But you don't get, you know, I don't move around a lot like with the wind. Another thing too is, you know, I put 91 in this. And so today, let's see, I had, gas prices are very expensive out here in California. It said, I think I could go about, I think I could go around 160 miles with this, depending on how much we wind it out. Now, if we get a red light, and I'm pretty sure we're going to get one at this next light, I'm going to show you again. Watch how it just starts to, it's like boredom, 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 all the way up to like around 7,000 RPMs, and then all hell breaks loose. I've never ridden a motorcycle that's like that. And I love it. I absolutely love it. You know what, I do ride it around the city a lot. And, okay, so we're coming up to the radar detector part I was going to tell you about. I ride it around the city a lot. Now, you see these lights right here? See if you can see this. Watch how good this radar detector is. Have you ever seen those signs that have a radar detector on them? And it'll actually show you what your speed is and it'll tell you to slow down. So we're going to pass one over here. And let's get on it. Another thing too is I can tuck down. I can move my rear end back further on the seat. And I can even tuck down more. So, if you want to have a passenger, you're going to have to get like a skinny girlfriend. Skinny girlfriend, skinny wife. But please, not two of them. One or the other. And, because the seat is like sitting on a shoebox. That rear seat. Alright, so here we go. Now watch how good this radar detector is. I did a review on it. And so when we turn left here, down here, there's a like a radar type gun device built in to this sign. So watch. I'm not going to talk so you can hear it. But it's about a half a mile up there. Let's listen. Wait, look. There's that 7,000 RPM. There it is. Radar detector is picking something up. Watch. Let me lean like this so you can see it. Right here. It got the guy behind me. There's no way I'm going as slow as 42. So this radar detector is excellent. It has like a city mode, a highway mode. And what I'll do on this bike, let's get over here because that guy's a student driver in that car we just passed on the left. Watch this. There it hits it. As soon as you hit that, I'm telling you, it's so much fun. As soon as you hit that 7,000 RPM. Now, what I'll do is I'll downshift, and the bike is so light, it's not a heavy bike. I'll just supply brake pressure, just sequential, like kind of just squeezing it a little as it comes to a stop. You don't have to really jam on the brakes. I do not have frame sliders on this motorcycle because I really like the way it looks without the frame sliders. But I am really pushing it when I'm coming to these corners. And I mean, at first I'm leaning like this, then I'm leaning like this, and then I'm leaning like this. It's just amazing. Of course, these are new tires, newer. So it's amazing how far you can lean with this motorcycle. So it's a great motorcycle. It's a 2007 Yamaha R6. Out of 5 stars so far, I rate it 5 out of 5 stars. Slipper clutch. So watch this. First, second. very smooth. There's nothing that's like quirky about the motorcycle where you go, well, that's weird, like some type of quirk. It's just perfect.